Join me today as I dive into what midlife or older backpackers might know that maybe you don't. Okay, so let's start with what we know. According to our age, we're a little bit over the hill, or maybe close to it, or maybe well on our way down the hill. Sometimes it's hard to tell. We have a lot of miles on our feet, probably more behind us than what's ahead of us. We now know we can't change people and make them happy. That's a path each of us needs to choose for our own lives. We've learned from a few mistakes, and we're a little bit better for it, even if nobody notices. We get farther in life when we stop pretending to be who we are not. And if we neglect self-care long enough, it may be our biggest mistake or maybe our biggest life regret. Harboring hate is self-hurt. Showing kindness is self-good. I could go on and on about things we learned with age, but what about you? Do you have anything you want to add to this list? Comment down below, please. Okay, so what does this have to do with backpacking? Well, it may sound a little corny, but the most important thing we pack is ourselves. The secrets we have, the things that we've come to know or discover on and off the trail, all that baggage goes with us wherever we go. Not the least of these places, the trail. The younger us may have been into peak bagging, checking off that list of summits, or what I call trail trophies. That's our bragging rights after we complete a long trail. But now we value things like freedom, actually letting go of what was holding us down for all those years. An uninhibited smile, real joy, a deep, unforgettable experience that no words can even begin to explain. The empowering discovery of inner strength, the confidence we get from self-reliance. If we reach the summit without these things, all we have is another plastic trophy. That leads me to reveal the first secret. The trophy is not the most valuable thing. That which changes or enriches our lives is the real prize. This is kind of a version of an axiom we've heard before. It's the journey, not the destination. Now, backpacking at its core, for many of us, is about building self-awareness, about true contentment, about purpose. It's about strength. Eventually, we come to realize that completing the trail or reaching the summit really isn't the point. Did you know about 1,200 people have died trying to climb the 14 tallest peaks in the world? Did they think it was worth it? What about their parents, their wives, their husbands, their children? I'm not saying don't try hard things. In fact, I'm saying kind of the opposite. But if or when you do, building a better you should be your top goal. The secret sauce in all this nature-loving adventure stuff that we do is the residual, deeper personal value of the experience. Now, for me, it didn't happen right away, and normally I don't think it does. The secret is revealed in bits and pieces over time. It's cumulative. It matures over many years or many trails, and it usually isn't fully appreciated like many things in life until we've lost it and regained it. Now, this isn't to say that younger people can't know this, but it's a rare prize for those who don't have many years behind them on the trail. So number one on my list is that life enrichment is the real prize in backpacking and spending time in nature. Now, the second secret is this, that there's an enormous value in going through periods of discomfort. Well, I'm a 20-year Air Force veteran. While I was serving, I learned a new language. I bet you didn't know I was multilingual. I speak Mil-Speak.
What?
Mil-Speak is the unofficial language of America's armed forces. It's a colorful insider kind of lingo, a collection of slang, buzzwords, acronyms, jargon, stuff like that.
Okay.
One of the phrases we use in civilian talk would be translated to be something like, make the most of any situation. Now, we would say, embrace the suck. I've got a t-shirt.
Oh, really?
It's a mantra of positivity. It's looking at challenges as opportunities to become better. For this video, I've simplified it quite a bit, and you can read more about it with all kinds of colorful stories in a book from retired Navy SEAL Brent Gleason. It's called Embrace the Suck, the Navy SEAL Way of an Extraordinary Life. And that's what The Secret is all about, embracing the suck. And more importantly, why we should do that. One of the best ways to reset our priorities is to leave the comforts of the modern daily life behind us for periods of minimalism and discomfort. In many ways, that's backpacking.
Ping!
It's good for us, at least occasionally, to go through periods where we force ourselves to do with less, to only have what we need. In these times, we discover new strengths and weaknesses in ourselves. It's where we grow and develop deep roots that will feed us the next time we're challenged and struggling. It's a way of discovering the tools we need for building self-confidence, positivity, endurance, toughness, perseverance, those kind of things. Modern living encourages as much comfort as possible. We work crazy hours for a better home and more comfortable surroundings. We trade our time for money and our money for stuff. We say that we work hard to give our family a better life. But a careful application of this is required. Now ask yourself, is it better to not have gone through struggles in your life? Is it better to have someone else pay your dues? Is it better to have something gifted rather than earning it? There is much debate in preliminary studies that are exploring if our modern life is actually better or worse than in generations before us. In some ways it is, in some ways it is not. But there is one aspect of all this that most experts agree on. Temporary periods of discomfort are more positive than negative. It seems the longer we linger in comfort, the more our personal growth is diminished. If we want to fuel ourselves to achieve goals, we may want to start actively seeking discomfort. Crazy, right? But research has found that up to 70% of people experience positive psychological growth from difficult times, such as a deeper sense of self-purpose, a deeper appreciation for life and loved ones, and an increased capacity for altruism, empathy, and the desire to act for the greater good. When hiking and backpacking, we often find ourselves in unfamiliar places and in uncomfortable situations. Think about it in terms of you might feel out of place, awkward, nervous, anxious, or even upset. The secret here is for us to recognize these situations as positive opportunities. Embrace the discomfort, focus on what we can gain from those less comfortable situations, and then acknowledge and celebrate when we learn something new or develop new skills. Now, researchers have found that people who purposely aimed to be uncomfortable were more engaged in their activities. They felt more motivated to keep going, and they believed they made more progress towards their goals compared to those who were not seeking this kind of vulnerability. It's kind of like whatever doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? That's kind of what we're talking about here. Take a look at the links I provided down below if you want to see what these studies said. For me, backpacking has been about the process of realizing how resilient I am, how adaptable I can be, how I can overcome fears, and how confident I am in my own self-powered capabilities. Being alone on a mountain in a tent in bare and mountain lion country during a violent storm is character building. Not being particularly athletic when I was growing up, this backpacking life is also a test of endurance for me. But after struggling on a mountain and finding myself surrounded by towering peaks, looking into clear aqua blue lake water, with nothing but the purity of nature all around me, it was a moment of triumph, and one that showed me I can do hard things, and it feels good. So periods of discomfort and doing hard things are good for us. What kind of growth opportunities have you had on the trail? Comment down below. And the third secret is really what backpacking is not about. I got a few things here. It's not about having the best and lightest gear. I talk about gear on this channel quite a bit, but it's only meant to inform, not to make it the most important thing. Good gear is nice, but don't let not having the best gear stop you from getting out on those transformational experiences, stepping through growth and building great memories. It's also not about going to the best places. We can have great experiences anywhere. We can also have bad experiences in great places. I'll admit the surroundings are definitely part of the experience, so get it if you can. But going backpacking anywhere is always better than not going at all. The good stuff doesn't always happen in the most scenic places. If you can hike the Colorado Trail, great. But if you can only do your local state park, there's gold to be found anywhere.
Okay, all right.
It's also not about how long the backpacking trip is. If you can only get out for a couple days, take it. Generally, the longer the trip, the more immersive the experience is, and the more opportunities you have to get the good stuff. But going for a short time is always better than not going at all. If it's a short trip, just dive in deep, quickly. Okay, so I've revealed a few secrets that I know about as an older hiker who spent a lot of time on the trail. There's lots more. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to hear about it. Let's talk through it. Well, I'm David on Earth. Thank you for coming to this channel. Thank you for viewing this video. And I have a website too, and the theme of both of these is to go live like you want it. Now, go ahead. Good. I'll see you on the trail. Hey, this is David on Earth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And go to the website for some deals on gear. All right, see you on the trail.